Lesson 2, Faithful Love Takes Learning. So living in Alaska, we have to watch out for potholes in the road. And roads teach us a lot about relationships. Before we review the 3 keys and move into the danger signs, I want to slow us down and make sure that this metaphor really lands. Because it's not just a clever illustration, it explains exactly how healthy relationships get damaged. If you have lived in Alaska as long as I have, you know winter doesn't usually destroy the roads all at once. It erodes away at it gradually, even through the summer. What actually damages the road is freeze, thaw, pressure, and time. Water seeps in and it freezes, it expands, and then it thaws. It eventually looks like what eventually looked like a solid road collapses into a huge pothole. Most potholes don't appear overnight. They quietly form until one day you hit it hard enough to feel it all the way through your teeth. Relationships work the same way. Most marriages don't fall apart overnight. It is not because of one big moment. They break down because of small, repeated patterns that go unnoticed and unaddressed over time. Those patterns damage safety, and once safety is compromised, connection becomes risky. Now that's why I am using this road illustration. The road is your relationship. The vehicle is the 2 of you moving through life together. Safety conditions to determine whether it's wise to keep moving forward or if we need to stop and navigate around a big hole. Potholes are the communication patterns that cause damage when you drive over them. There are just some potholes you do not want to drive your vehicle over the top of. And here's the key. You don't fix a pothole by pretending it's not there. You fix it by recognizing it early and changing the direction you are driving, possibly slowing down or swerving and missing it altogether. That's what this lesson is about. I first want to review the three keys to safe connection. Before we talk about the potholes, we need to remember the road conditions. The road conditions that must be in place for connection to work at all. Do you remember what the 3 keys are? We're going to go over them quite quickly. Let's see. Number 1, physical safety. Absolute must. Physical safety means that no one is afraid of being harmed. There is no intimidation, no threatening behavior, and no fear of physical consequence during the conflict. If physical safety isn't present, the road is closed. Connection cannot and will not happen. The relationship will be damaged too far in the moment. Key number 2 is emotional safety. Emotional safety is the sense that I can speak honestly without being shamed, mocked, dismissed, or attacked. It sounds something like, my feelings matter. My thoughts are allowed. I won't be punished for being honest. I won't pay for it later. Emotional safety is what allows vulnerability. Without it, people either armor up or shut down. And the last key, number 3, is commitment safety. Commitment safety is knowing that the relationship itself is never at risk. That means no threats of leaving, no ultimatums during conflict, and no dangling the future as leverage. Never saying the D word. Commitment safety allows couples to deal with problems without panic and fear. Now, why this review matters? These 3 keys don't eliminate problems. They simply create a safe enough road to travel. But even on safe roads, Alaska especially still has potholes. And that brings us to the next part of lesson 2. Moving right along, we need to be aware. I want to introduce to you the 4 danger signs. These 4 danger signs are very important to memorize. If the 3 keys describe the condition of a road, then the danger signs describe the damage that happens when negative patterns repeat. Danger signs are not proof that your marriage is failing. They are not proof you married the wrong person. There is not proof that conflict is bad. They are warning signs, like rough road ahead, or yield, or stop. Faithful love takes learning, and part of that learning is knowing what to watch for before serious damage occurs. And if serious damage has occurred, it's how to actually fix the car. That would be the marriage. So step 1, we want to know the enemy. Years ago, I was given the assignment to read decades of research on what predicts marital distress and divorce. This was a bit of an overwhelming task, but researchers have been studying marriage for a long time. Across studying marriage, something became very clear. Researchers can predict with surprisingly high accuracy which couples will stay married and which couples will divorce. The strongest predictor of divorce and failure in marriage was not your personality. It was not the background and how you grew up. It wasn't whether you argued or not. It was communication in the danger signs. These danger signs are the enemy, not your partner. They are the potholes in the road that slowly damage emotional safety, commitment safety, and connection if they are ignored. So there is a crucial reframe that we must do. Let me ease a common fear right now. All couples argue. All couples disagree. All couples have heated moments. Conflict itself is not the danger. The danger is certain patterns of how you handle conflict that are toxic to safety and connection. Our goal is not to eliminate disagreement. Our goal is to recognize dangerous patterns early and to change course. So this is very important as we look at the 4 communication danger signs. There are 4 danger signs we want you and your partner to learn to spot: invalidation, escalation, negative interpretation, and withdrawal pursuit. We're going to look at each one carefully so you can recognize them when they begin to creep into your conversations. Think of this as a learning to read the warning signs on the road. Seeing the danger sign, you want to slow down. It's rough surface. It's hazard ahead. When you see them early, or if your spouse sees one, or even before you do, we are thankful because we do not want to hit it. We want to protect the relationship as we're traveling down this road. Let's begin with the first danger sign. I'm going to talk about invalidation. The danger signs, the potholes that damage connection. Now that we've laid the road metaphor more clearly, let's keep driving, but with our eyes wide open. As you will recall, the road is your relationship, the goal is your connection, and safety makes movement possible. Potholes are predictable, patterns that cause damage if you keep hitting them. These danger signs don't mean something is wrong with your marriage. They mean you're human and driving on real roads. Let's walk through each pothole carefully. Are you ready? We're about to start. Sometimes I can't stand the suspense. Danger sign number 1, invalidation. Invalidation is communicating directly or indirectly that your partner's thoughts, feelings, and efforts don't matter. This pothole shows up in main ways. It can be subtle, little things like rolling your eyes, sighing, looking at your phone while someone's talking, interrupting, or simply not responding and looking away. These things can be small in the moment, but they quietly communicate something that you are saying. Your opinion and what you are saying do not matter. Now, there is, of course, overt invalidation. Why don't you do anything right? Nothing you're doing is working. You're so ridiculous. This kind of invalidation comes from a perch of superiority. One partner positions themselves as more reasonable, more competent, and more correct. What damage does this cause? Well, invalidation cracks emotional safety. When someone feels small or dismissed, they stop opening up, and connection weakens. This is a pothole you want to slow down for immediately. You do not want to hit this pothole. The next danger sign is called escalation. Escalation is the pattern where small issues turn into big explosions. This isn't about one person yelling, it's about a cycle. It can sound something like this: interrupting back and forth, raising voices, sarcastic remarks, bringing up past issues, threatening statements about the relationship. Escalation happens when both partners are upset and neither one feels heard. So they try harder, they get louder, and they get sharper to get their point across. It's like hitting a pothole and flooring the gas instead of braking. That's crazy. What kind of damage can you imagine that causes to your car? Escalation destroys emotional safety. It starts threatening commitment safety, and especially when statements about leaving or the future enter the conversation. This issue isn't passion. This issue is speed without control. We don't want this. So danger sign number 3 is called withdrawal, and I add pursuit. Because when someone withdraws, someone else starts to pursue. Withdrawal is one partner disengaging and not staying present. This pothole can look very different depending on the person. Of course, there is obvious withdrawal, where a person possibly leaves the room, quits talking, or ends the conversation abruptly. Subtle withdrawal can be a flat response, avoiding eye contact, minimal engagement, and a whatever kind of attitude or silence. Even if someone stays physically present, withdrawal communicates, I am not listening anymore. And as you can imagine, this causes damage as well. Withdrawal threatens commitment safety. It creates loneliness inside the relationship, and it leaves very important issues unresolved. It's like taking a detour without telling the other driver. Suddenly, you're not traveling in the same vehicle anymore. Now, the 4th danger sign I want to talk about is called negative interpretation. This pothole happens inside your mind. Negative interpretation is assuming that your partner's motivations are worse than they actually are. It can sound like they don't care. They're doing this on purpose. They're so selfish. They're just trying to control me. What makes this danger sign so powerful is that it feels like truth, and you actually look for evidence to prove to yourself that it is true. Here's the key. Negative interpretations aren't about what your partner actually did. They are about what you think they did, what you think their motivations are. You take ambiguous information, like maybe your husband left the trash and forgot to take it out, but it takes that information, the trash is sitting there, and it adds negative meaning to it. Now you can imagine this causes a lot of damage. Negative interpretations turn your partner into the enemy. And once that happens, safety collapses. This challenges doing your part. Doing your part would actually be you challenging your own negative interpretation. Here's the hard truth. You cannot control your partner's beliefs, but you can challenge your own negative interpretation. You can look for evidence that you're wrong. Boy, this is hard. If you get a drink, you're selfish. If you offer a drink, you're manipulative. See those two interpretations that are both very negative? Your partner can't win if that's the way you're thinking. You have to fix your own negative interpretation and examine your own thinking. That means you have to ask yourself, what evidence supports this negative belief that I'm having? What evidence contradicts this negative belief? This is what it means to give the benefit of the doubt to your partner. We give strangers more benefit of doubt than the ones we love. It means choosing to believe we are on the same team. The pothole is the enemy, not my partner. Now that's a lot said in a very short amount of time. These danger signs matter so much. Research tells us something that feels deeply unfair, but is incredibly important to understand. Did you know that it takes 20 positive interactions to eliminate one negative interaction? That's why avoiding potholes matters more than trying to make up for the damage later. We got to get good at stopping before we hit. Prevention is always easier than repair and a lot less costly. So the final recap is know the potholes, know the danger signs. Quickly review the danger signs. Invalidation, speaking down, dismissing, or minimizing. Escalation, small things turning into big, intense conflict. Withdrawal, disengaging instead of staying present while the other person starts to pursue you stronger. Negative interpretations, assuming the worst motives are what your spouse is got going on. These danger signs are powerful, but they are also predictable and manageable once you learn to watch out for them. And that's why faithful love takes learning. In the next part of this course, we will teach you practical skills that help you slow down, stay safe, repair the road, repair the vehicle when a pothole appears before real damage is done. And now your only job is awareness. Watch the road that you're traveling with your spouse. Notice the signs. And remember, you are driving down this road together and you can help each other have a safe trip. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. That was a lot. You can go back and listen to it again if you need to. Write down what the 4 danger signs and see if you can quiz each other and remember what they are through the week. And I'm going to tell you next lesson what to do when you see one. Put on the brakes, of course. But what does that look like? And how might you manage to get around a danger sign? Okay, I could just keep talking and talking, but that would make this way too long. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.